everyone's attention, please? I would like to thank you for being here today in person, as well as those who are on the live stream. Just a quick reminder, if you can at least put your phones to off or silent, that would be greatly appreciated. Those who are able, please stand.
You may be seated. To the living, I am gone. To the sorrowful, I will never return. To the angry, I was cheated, but to the happy, I am at peace. And to the faithful, I have never left. I cannot be seen, but I can be heard. So as you stand upon a shore, gazing at a beautiful sea, remember me. As you look in awe at a mighty forest and its grand majesty, remember me. As you look upon a flower and admire its simplicity, remember me. Remember me in your heart, your thoughts, your memories of the times that we loved, the times we cried, the times we fought, the times we laughed. For if you always think of me, I will never be gone. I thank you for your presence here this afternoon. Today we gather to remember Neil, to pay tribute to him, to come alongside and support one another. And I know as you arrive here today, you bring words of encouragement and support and comfort. And I know that as I've been on the receiving end of those words, they are greatly appreciated. And I trust that you are able to experience that same type of appreciation. Sadly, we are forced to acknowledge Neil's passing today. And I'm sure over the moments leading up to today, you have remembered some experiences that you shared with him. And as you relive those memories in your heart and in your mind, I trust some of those memories brought a smile to your face and caused you to laugh. And no doubt, some of those memories caused you to shed a tear. And those varying forms of expression are legitimate and are needed in order to grieve in a fashion that is healthy. You all have a story of and with Neil. And the telling of story can be therapeutic. And I've been asked in a few moments to take a seat and to offer an open mic. And if you would like to come and briefly share a memory or a quality you saw displayed in Neil's life, you are invited to do so. You have a few moments to collect your thoughts. My hope is that you have taken time over these past few days to reflect on how unique he was and the qualities and the attributes that were displayed in his life. And whether you knew him for your whole life or a smaller chapter of your life, I trust you realize you were blessed to have had him. He played a role in who you are today. And I trust you have a great, thankful appreciation of that. And today, as you gather, you rely on each other. When we lose someone in our life, as human beings, we are wired for relationship, and we need people to come alongside of us, to walk with us, to offer that listening ear and that shoulder to cry on. And I trust that you will not only today, but in the days to come, continue to be relied upon. And I certainly thank you today for that attitude. Surrounded by loved ones in his 38th year, Neil found eternal peace at University Hospital here in London on April 23rd. Loving son of Elizabeth, dear brother of Jason with Brianna, Jackson with Meg, Brandon, Kyle, Doug with Haley, Cassandra, Helen, Carrie with Levi, Rebecca, and Destiny. Predeceased by his father Dave, grandfather Neil, Nana Florence, and fiancée Kayla. He will be missed by his many aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, and close friends. As an expression of sympathy, donations in memory of Neil may be made to the Canadian Mental Health Association or Crisis Services Canada. Love is not a thing to understand, and love is not a thing to feel. Love is not a thing to give and receive. Love is only a thing to become and eternally be. You are here today because of love, and sadly, because of loss. And I know hearts are heavy. And as I said a few moments ago, the telling of story can be therapeutic and powerful. And if you would like to briefly come and share a memory or quality that you saw displayed in Neil's life, you are invited to do so. And at the conclusion of that open mic, I will step back in and continue on with the service. But if you'd like to come, you are invited at this time. I don't want to cut you short, but I don't want to let it linger as well. But, okay. There's two songs that have been chosen for this service today, and we are going to take the time to listen to one of them at this point in the service. It's entitled Dancing in the Sky. And as you hear the song played over the sound system, the playing of music certainly can pull on the heartstrings, but I invite you to take these next few moments as you hear the music, as you reflect on the lyrics, to take time to think about Neil and some of the experiences that you shared with him. So you can have a few moments of reflection as the staff plays this song. I'd like to take just a few moments and talk a little bit about life and Neil's life and some of the experiences that he was able to enjoy. And as we each step into that journey each and every day called life, I think we would all agree that certainly there is times where we have mountaintop experiences and there are times where we have to walk through some valleys. And it would be great if each and every day were a mountaintop experience. And when you think of Neil, he certainly had some times in his life that he truly treasured, and he found just camaraderie and found just an overflowing of his ability. When you think of Neil, some of the things that he found joy and fulfillment in, is certainly his artistic ability. And for an individual like me, I would be quite envious of someone like Neil who could take a pencil and paper and just be able to sketch, picture something in his mind and sketch it out. And he had that ability. And I trust you all were able to see from time to time some of his creations. But I'm sure he found it therapeutic and just very enjoying to sit down and to be able to create in that fashion. He was a man who had a love of certain sports, and football was high on his list. And Glasgow, you said, correct? That's who he cheered for? The Celtics?
Yep.
Yeah. And certainly those are mountaintop experiences when the team would win. I'm assuming if he's like me, that when your team wins, you're happy. When they suffer defeat, then you take that pretty hard as well. But when his team won, those were mountaintop experiences, and I trust you all were able to watch some football with Neil and take in that. There's some things in life that we find joy and fulfillment in, and that we will talk about. And some of those things are very serious, and some of those things are just kind of spontaneous and off the cuff. And I know that one time Michelle told Neil that for every person that he would sing Santa Claus is Coming to Town to, she'd pay him. And so he took that challenge and he embraced it, and he didn't stop singing. And whoever he came across, he would sing that song to. And probably if a total stranger came up to me and would share a song like that, probably put a smile on my face. And I trust that Neil was able to entertain in such a way that not only did he make some money, but he put a smile on the face of individuals. As you think about his life, as you think of some of the mountaintop experiences that he enjoyed, I trust that some of his mountaintop experiences included you, and my hope is that many of your mountaintop experiences in life included him. But I encourage you to share those memories with each other and laugh over those memories together, cry over those memories together. And in it, you will honor this man, and you will bring an element of healing to your own heart. As you think about that word life, I'd like to use it for a moment and make it an acronym. And if life is journey of mountaintops and valleys, then the letter I in the word life stands for individuals. We're unique. Each and every one of us have passions, we have gifts, we have things that we like and things we dislike. Neil was no different. And maybe it was some of those same likes and dislikes that brought the two of you together, and your relationship was established. But for the people in our lives, we need to encourage them and support them and be big cheerleaders for them, and really encourage them with things that they like to do, and maybe do them with them as well, to make memories and to have an opportunity to continue to build into your relationship. But Neil was a man who loved to fish and be outdoors, and there's something about trying to take on nature and catch that fish, and I'm sure a few got away. He had some stories. He was a man who loved to ride around on his bike and just make get places, but obviously enjoy the journey as well. But he was unique in the fashion that a very selfless individual, very loving individual. In his core, he cared. And as you think about Neil, I trust that it inspires you to really look at some of the things that you like and what makes you unique, and some of the people in your life, what makes them unique, and encourage one another in that fashion and make some memories along the way. As you think of that word life, and you get and arrive at the letter F, I want it to stand for family and friends. They are a blessing. For each and every one of us, it's not our position in life, it's not our possessions, what we attain, but it's the people in our life, the family and the friends that we have. We need to understand that they are a blessing to us and that we are a blessing to them. And at a time like this, hearts are heavy, and understandably so. But realize that he was a blessing in your life and you were a blessing to him. I asked Brianna a very unfair question, what she would miss most about Neil. And to take a lifetime, a number of years of memories and qualities, to pare them down to a few words, that can be overwhelming. But she said without hesitation, I miss his stories. He made us laugh. Some of the stories, you never knew where they were going, where they would end up, where they came from, but they were great at their core. They made us laugh, and he put a smile on our face in that way. Neil was an individual that, regardless of the situation in his own life, he had the ability that if he saw a need, he would try and meet that need. He would look out for others. A caring individual. And for each and every one of us, we need to be a blessing to the family and the friends that we have. And the people that we have yet to befriend in the years to come, they may be a total stranger, they may be an acquaintance, but a relationship may be established and may deepen. And we need to know and understand that we can be a blessing to them and they can be a blessing to us. And as you go through life hand in hand, heart in heart in that fashion, you become stronger people. The last letter in the word life is the letter E, and it stands for this: every day is a gift. Every day is a gift. You enter this room today, and you're confronted, sadly, that life is short and frail and fragile. We don't know what tomorrow holds for each and every one of us. And the sad reality is, the harsh reality is, that each and every one of us, family and friends, will gather for us one day to say goodbye. And we need to know and understand that we don't know when that end may come, and so we need to cherish each and every day. Make memories with the people in our life. Embrace it. Understand that it truly is a gift. Not only to have great fun each day, put a smile on everyone's face, including your own, but to make this world a little bit better. We have an opportunity because we have the luxury of another day. As you think about Neil, you will be reminded of him and his life in the days and years to come. And there will be so many different things that will bring back a memory. And it'll put a smile on your face, and it'll bring a tear to your eye, and that's okay. You may see a particular sketch that he did or someone else did, and you'll be reminded of his great artistic ability. You may sit down to a meal of fish and chips and remember that he loved to do that. You may hear some rap and think of Neil. You may encounter a toy from days gone by called Stretch Armstrong. My generation, I remember this. But Neil and Jackson had one, and they pulled it apart. It's pulled it to its breaking point, and what made Stretch retract was this corn syrup-like gelatin that was in there, and they pulled it apart, and it snapped. And they weren't content, didn't leave it at that, but they actually ate that corn syrup like gelatin in there. And you may encounter a Stretch Armstrong, and if you do, I encourage you to get a hold of it and embrace it. Think of Neil and be thankful for who he was and what he brought to your life. You can honor him in many ways. You can go to his grave and sit and reflect and laugh and talk and cry. If you have space on your property, you can plant a tree in his honor. And as that tree grows each and every day, you'll be reminded of Neil, his life. You can make a donation to those organizations I referenced a moment ago, and those are all worthy and noble things, but probably the greatest thing that you could do is to embrace the values that you saw displayed in his life. Take them, the good that you saw in his life, put it into your own life, and make this world a little bit better. In Neil's name, you can give a gift to this world in his name. His legacy is left in you, and it'll live on in the lives and in the hearts of those who loved him. And so that is you. And as difficult as it is to step into life, even though he is no longer physically here, his spirit is. And so embrace it, be thankful for who he was and what he brought to your life, and give a gift to this world in his name. I'd like to close with these words before our final song. If ever there is tomorrow when we're not together, there is something you must always remember. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. But the most important thing is, even if we are apart, I'll always be with you. Neil will always be with you. And cherish his memory. And I trust it lives on in your life. At this time, I'll invite the staff to play the closing song, and then they will come in and give us the next steps in saying goodbye to Neil.
Never be broken, the love will never get lost.